how long does it normally take? Like, say I buy something like this. How long does it take before you get a renter in there?
I mean, honestly, I think the goal would try to get the renter in there before you close. And so,
Oh,
again,
okay.
we've got one already moving in, and so
Okay.
but we put 3 units into service all at one time. So it realistically, I mean, I think 1 or 2 units being filled a month is realistic.
Okay.
And then we're seeing some stuff go as long as 60 days to lease up right now. Like I said, it's a lot slower than it has been. But personally, I'd rather drop the rent a little bit, get it filled within 30 days.
I agree.
And then a year from now.
Yeah, because if not, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So
okay.
that's my
Cool.
thing. It's always a balance. Like you don't want to price stuff too low because it hurts the value of the property, but you also just don't want to waste time on stuff. St. Vincent's, which is another major hospital, a heart hospital right here, Carti, which is a huge cancer institute hospital, UAMS, which is a huge hospital and medical school, and you've also got a veterans hospital, all just within Little Rock City limit, and a children's hospital, so a large children's hospital.
Is there a military base near here?
The military base is in Jacksonville, so you're going to be heading up past there to go to lunch in Cabot. So
Gotcha.
it's about halfway between here and Cabot. There's a large Air Force base.
Surprising amount of the guys from Jacksonville live in Little Rock too.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah, no. Well, it's because they want nice housing. I mean, a lot of the housing up there isn't very nice. These are actually the first 2 new construction rentals that I did down here.
Okay.
These are on that list as well. So these are both 3.2s.
What street are we on?
This is Nichols. One of the rents is really high. If I was going to sell these, it would either have to be the lower rent one or both of them. But it's just it's because there's an insurance. The tenant that's living in there had an insurance claim, so
yeah, holy shit. I mean, the one for 262.5 that you're saying gets 25.
Yeah, so
that's pretty damn close to 1%.
Yeah, but that's just because it was it's an insurance claim, and so the market rent's $19.95, and then they basically they started with a 3-month lease. Their house was almost destroyed in a fire, so it's like they're going to be there for over a year, and so. Insurance company's paying that high.
Yeah, because the other one's 2050. That's more realistic for rent.
Yeah. Okay. 1995. My assumption is that 2050 they probably have like 2 pets. That's why it's higher like that. We've got 2 down here that are listed on the MLS that we did for a customer that are, I would say, similar, like 1995 rents. The only problem is we finished like 8 houses at once, and so it's like been slow leasing them up. But,
so if you sell like one of those, is this the tenant stays in there with the sale?
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's talk about turnkey.
Yeah. And so literally, it's just instead of the proceeds every month getting deposited into our Apex Real Estate Investments account, it would go into your business or personal account. That's why the turnkey model is so enticing. It really.
Well, it is, especially like if you're, for me, like, you know, it's passive. I don't want to do anything except see the checks every month, and so minimal expenses.
Get the statement, see the check.
Yeah.
I struggle with selling them. I hate selling them, but it's like we got to sell a couple every once in a while to be able to go do more of them. 4-bedroom, 2 baths with no garage. This is Nichols.
Oh, another one, Nichols.
So the only thing to be aware of is we've got 4 here and 2 around the corner, and so we got to get them all leased up.
Yeah, I only saw 2 on Nichols. On your sheet here.
Yeah, that's the ones from up there.
Yeah.
But like I said, I would have to look, but I think these are like $256 each.
And they're sold already, or
no? These two right here are available. The other 4 are sold.
And what do you get for rent on these ones?
We've got it listed for $19.95.
Okay.
We've only got one of them listed for rent, so I think this one's listed for rent at $19.95. I think we've had an application. I don't know if they got approved or not.
Okay.
And so, but somewhere in that, like, call it, $16.95 to $19.95 range. They'd rent instantly for $16.95, but we're gonna start at the higher and try to work our way down. We just listed that one for rent last week. Those are brand new construction. Those are just finished, fenced-in backyards, very nice. We built and sold these 2 here on the left last year, I think.
Just single family?
Yeah, those are just single families. We're doing good, and we're not getting too beat up by the weather. We can usually do one in about 4 months. So I think we're going to keep getting faster at that. I think in a perfect world, we could probably do it in 2.5 or 3 months.
When you started out in your investing career, did you just start with single families and go from?
Yeah, I did like 3 or 4 single family houses, then I did a single family flip, and then I did one of those, that fourplex on Sanford.
Yeah.
And then some more single family houses, and a couple, duplexes here and there. You like that South Park neighborhood?
I think it just has, it's the potential.
I love
upside.
it. I'd buy every single one of those lots.
Yeah, well,
That's
and
the guy
I'm just
selling them.
following your lead, man. I mean, you're not stupid. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's a nice little area down there. And I do.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't counting on appreciation over here like that. For me, I was just looking for cash flow. But if you can get both,
the single family houses are nice.
Yeah.
As well, because I look at those like, we didn't sell them when we built them, but someday like we can keep them for rentals for now. But like realistically, if we're gonna selling them to an owner occupant, we probably could achieve it a little bit more than as a rental. So it's like you have the option to exit either way. Either as a investment property or as just a regular owner occupant type property. If you ever had to sell them or wanted to sell them.
That neighborhood in general are taking care of the places.
Yeah. I mean, you can always have a bad apple.
Yeah, that'll be no matter what neighborhood you're in.
It's just, we're going to be doing some on those 3 little houses I was telling you on South Cedar down here. They're like 12, like that. It'll be 2 stories, but it'll be like real small, like 1,100 square foot, 3-2. Probably rent for $13.95. So be about 100, cost $175,000, $180,000 would be the sales price on those.
So do you think, like, if it were you, given the choice, would you buy something like this in a neighborhood that's gentrifying and in general prices will go up, probably rents will go up, or would you just go to one of these nicer areas and, may not?
I like that. I mean, obviously, I like that Capitol View because we kept all those except for one. I like that Capitol View neighborhood. I like these neighborhoods that are gentrifying. I think it's early enough still.
That's my thinking too.
Yeah, so I think it's early enough still that you're still getting good deals on them. And so like those Cedar ones, I think we're going to build. And if we have to hold, like any of this stuff we're building, if we have to hold it, like we're totally okay with holding it.
Well, and that's kind of, on the front end, it's not great, but the back, the later on, the longer term play is.
Especially as the rents go up. I mean, I think the rents are definitely flat right now. I think the rents will probably continue to stay flat for another year or 2.
Okay.
But I would not be surprised at all if in 10 years the rents are $500 to $1,000 more just because of inflation. Unfortunately, it just kind of is what it is. Because anything I can lock in now and hold long term, it's just going to hedge from that inflation. And as the rents go up, the values are going to go up. Like I know exactly what it costs to build stuff, and so it's like the cost to build is not any cheaper. Like we have 0 subcontractors that are going to come to us next week and say, hey, I think things got a little bit cheaper for me, so we're going to start charging you a little bit less. You know what I mean? So it's just it's going to continue to stay just as expensive or get more expensive. This is just on the other side of the freeway, and so like you'll see a lot more of these like fallen down houses down here.
And these are just people just not living in them anymore?
Yeah, I mean, look at these. They're all, people may be living in these, honestly, but they're still falling down.
Wow.
Nobody's living in that one, obviously.
Shit, look at that one.
Like, somebody's living in that one, but it looks like it's half of it caught on fire, and so.
Wow.
It's just interesting, but then you'll go to so we're building a couple new constructions right here. And so it's like the area, you get these good little pockets and stuff here and there still.
And when people are renting, they, pass by those and that doesn't scare them off. They don't care.
Yeah, it's just, so here's the thing, like these 2 we're building here.
Yeah.
These are very small 4-bedroom, 2-bath homes.
Okay.
So like they're less than 1,200 square feet. So the rent will be like less than $1,500 a month for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. So realistically, you're probably going to end up with a single mom with a couple kids who's too big of a family for an apartment.
Yeah.
But can't afford, the same house in a nicer part of town that's going to be $1,700, $1,800, $1,900 a month. So we'll see. I have a feeling these ones will run out pretty well.
What would you be selling those for when the time comes?
$200,000. Right at $200,000.
And you said they rent for what, 13?
Probably $1,495.
14, so 1,500. This definitely has the feel of one of these neighborhoods over time where, like you said, they're going to either remodel these things or tear them down.
And go like 4 blocks up here, and you start seeing like $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 houses all that have been like nicely renovated already. I got a friend that he's local here. He's a real estate investor as well. He'll buy like anything over here and get his hands on. When the turnkey companies sell these, they'll use like a multiple of rent, so that it'll be like a percentage of rent is what they're listing them for. That's the prices we have are like actual appraisal prices. So that's what this appraised for, the pre-construction appraisal.
Okay.
So it's 380 something, I think, but that's the actual appraised value. If the turnkey companies were to sell these, they would sell it for probably 400 or 400.
Yeah, that's how they make their money, right? They take a
And sometimes what they'll do is they'll go even higher, but they'll buy down the rate. And so, like, instead of paying 400, you'll pay 425, but they'll buy down your rate a little bit. So it's all relative. But we try to value them on that you go abundance guy. So that spreadsheet I have, that's what's on my balance sheet or what I use on my one sheet, and that's based on actual appraisals.
Gotcha.
I just had to go on there yesterday because we had, and I still would disagree with appraisal, but we just had appraisals on 3 houses for a refi, and the appraisal came in a little bit lower. So I went down there and literally like dropped the prices down, even though I disagree with appraisal. We knocked the prices down to what the appraisal came in at. These all have little fenced-in backyards.
Okay.
The little laundry room's kind of tight. But...
So is this one backyard for both of them, or is there?
No, this is just this unit.
This is just this unit
so
now.
That one will have its own as well.
Okay. Is that HVAC new?
Oh yeah, this is literally just been built. This
Okay.
was like CO issued last week. This is new construction. So we generally in Little Rock, we don't provide a washer and dryer.
Is that a thing here where they don't convey normally?
So we will provide a refrigerator, a stove.
Really?
Some property management companies or apartments and stuff, the tenants will have the option to like rent a washing machine and dryer, so they'll charge them like an extra $50 a month if they want one, or $25 or whatever. But we just never provide them. I think I did earlier on. And
That's interesting.
I say that, but like the little units across the street, those are 1 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And there is no room for a full-size washing machine dryer. So instead of a dishwasher, we actually have a little like European style.
I've seen it. Does washer and dryer. Yeah, we have those in condos.
I don't love them because out of 1 out of 10 will go out a year or two later, and they're like $1,000.
Yeah.
They're very
it's like a step above nothing.
Yeah, and so but in that situation, they're so small. It's like their only other option would be go to a laundromat.
Yeah,
I think it's better than having the dishwasher. And people have really liked them. You can only do a small load of clothes. You can't do a bunch.
So what do you got down here? Is it 1 bedroom? Is there a bathroom down here?
There's 1 bedroom, and then there's a half bath under the stairs.
It's not great for guys who have 10.
Oh no, it's not.
Ryan.
You know what this is like? It's like going in an airplane.
Yeah. We prefer when we do townhomes like this to have a full bath downstairs, but we were laying so far back we could go on these, so we had kind of limited. Just a simple full bath, and then two good-sized bedrooms.
Oh yeah, these are really good size. And these rent for what a piece again?
We have them listed at $1,545.
Okay.
We've rented one of the units at $1,545.
Okay.
If we don't rent another one within the next week or two, we'll probably drop them to $1,495 just to speed up the rents. But $1,495 to $1,595 would be a realistic expectation. I'd rather fill the units quickly when they're new like this than have them sit on the market forever.
Yeah, no, smart.
But we've already leased one of them at $1,545.
I have a question.
Yep.
If you lease one for $1,545 and somebody hasn't moved in yet, will they complain if they hear that the rent went down?
We've had people get pissed before, so that's happened in the past.
Oh,
on
really?
Sanford, because Sanford, we put like 20 units into service at once.
Yeah.
And we had one of the first units we rented at like $1,350, and then we had 7 more units sitting there, so we dropped the price down to like $1,295, and we had the first guy that moved in got really mad at us.
How do you handle that?
He's paying more. We're just like, hey, sorry, bro, you signed a lease. It is what it is.
Oh man, I'd be worried he's going to take blood money from you guys, trash the place.
We'll talk about it when your lease expires.
Yeah.